Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Nitrostorm here. Welcome back to Revive the Witch. So first of all, apologize for not uploading over the past few days. You could say I was a bit busy, but without further ado, let's get right into this video. So, gears, equipment, however you would like to name it. It's one of the most, I'd say one of the most important things in terms of building your characters in this game, to be honest. And you would normally start working on them once you're able to do a final stage of any of the equip stages. So as you've seen, we go to adventure, dream world, dull equipment, and any of these three. Of course you'd want to do all of them, but do the one that you can get to 8 and can clear it, and then you can farm on that for the meantime, and then over time as you get stronger you'll be able to clear the other two and farm specific gears for them as well if possible. Let's say you've done Destroyer and Assassin, right? And you're able to do 8. That's when you'll start farming gear. Now, the reason why I would suggest farming gear once you're able to do the 8th stage is so that the energy that you use, well, the stamina that you use is the most efficient in terms of getting good drops as well as the enchantment stuff, this enchantment item here. Alright, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's explain how you should go about upgrading and improving your dolls. So the first thing you would want to do is actually pretty simple. So you get purple gear pretty early on in the game, and the first thing you want to do is actually just fully upgrade your purple gear because they're very cheap to do. You get purple rarity equipment in abundance, so you're able to max ascend them really easy, and the mana cost is very low, and so this will boost up the stats of your characters very well. So just to show you how significant this is, as you can see, my Solania has 7,000 attack, 15k HP, and about 1,000 on their defenses. If I remove all of this, right, as you can see, just from purple gears alone, I have lost pretty much a lot of my HP. Like I lost 7,000 HP. My attack is 60% of what it was, and then my defenses are cut down by about 400 each. So as you can see, even though they're just purple gears, the significance that it gives to your stats is good enough for you to raise before you progress into legendary gear. By progress into legendary gear, what I mean is there is a rarity in between the gold rarity, and what I'm saying is you're able to just power through with purple gear and then just skip the gold entirely and then just go straight into legendary gear, which is the rarity that has like a rainbow-ish background. Alright, so now that you know the first step, which is upgrading purple gear, let's move on to what you get and what you should do about the legendary gear that you get. So again, let's go back to the stage. So if you go to dull equipment, stage 8, as you can see, the clearance reward, so ignore the first time. You get these things called Stone of Promise. So you obviously get the most of them doing the last stage, and you also get obviously upgrade materials. That's why you're able to upgrade the purple gear easily. You get so many of these per run. You get 10 of these and 10 of the rarity below that in terms of upgrading, and then you have a chance of getting legendary gear, chance of getting the gold equipment of course, and then purple equipment as well. And then these things I mentioned, these are for enchanting. Now, before we move on to enchanting and stuff, let's move back to this. So Stone of Promise, as I've mentioned, you get the most of this during doing the last stage. And we use this in the shop. This is where you would be spending the red gems that you get. So for the most part, you don't buy any of these. So these are gold rarity equipment first of all. So as I've mentioned, you can easily skip this. And if you take a look at these, I'm not sure if you knew that, you can tap on the weapon itself to show you the details. And it's essentially just a defense-based RNG set, where the 2-piece set increases your physical defense by 10%, and the 3-piece, as in if your weapon, armor, and accessory or all of the iron willed set, then you have a 10% chance of restoring 1 or the energy when taking damage. And honestly, 10% is a bit too low for the worth of buying these. So the main focus is buying the legendary equipment box and hoping for the good legendary equipment, which we will go through in a bit. And then lastly, if you scroll down, there's other things that you can buy as well. So as you can see, you have the Advanced Runestone. So you'd actually want to get this, but in terms of using them, I'll also explain that in a bit as well. So for the other items, getting the serum is pretty good as well. Same as the elf spawn, because this is for upgrading basically like the final nodes in your doll's skill, so like near the bottom. Now obviously I'm not that far yet into my dolls, but you will be needing a lot of these, so you could buy some if you're in need. It'll save you a bit of stamina, I guess, if you're done with legendary equipment, but I would say focus on getting the legendary equipment first, and also buying the Advanced Runestones. This is your big money enchantments right here. And then this, don't buy this obviously. And then you could buy this, but I wouldn't recommend it. And as I've mentioned, you don't buy any of these. And I believe they rotate every month. It might be a different set next month, but again, it's a gold rarity equipment, so you might not even use it for a long time, as you're eventually going to migrate into legendary equipment. Alright, next phase, enchantments. So obviously I know that I've upgraded gold gear here. I mean, that's because I could, but again, it's not really necessary. The only reason why I did is I got the 2-piece set. I don't even think it was a big deal. I don't think it was worth doing that. But at the same time, you know, I've used a lot of stamina and stuff, so... In any case, the next part is enchantment. So for example, let's go and do this one. So we currently have health 5.7, and then we go to enchant. So this is where the big money comes in, you know, like the big boy enchantments. So as you can see, you have purple, gold, and the big one that I've mentioned earlier that you buy from the shop. Because you don't get these as drops, you have to buy them from the shop. That's why you have to save these. And then what do you mean by save? So do you see this bit here? It's called luck. And then it shows you a bit of explanation by the game here. It says, increase luck by consuming enchantment material. At least one affix of the highest level will be obtained when luck is full. So basically what that means is, if you take a look at this here, it says here if you take a look at the purple enchantment material here, it says here generate one C to A affix. So if your luck is max, your next enchantment will be guaranteed A. Pretty straightforward. Now for the gold one, it says here generates one B to S affix. The affix is this thing here, and there's a chance that you can unlock the second one. And then if you have legendary gear, we'll just take an example here. Forge, if you go to enchant, as you can see, there's a chance that you can unlock a third one. That's why I highly suggest skipping gold and going straight to legendary, because legendary will have up to 3, whilst gold and purple will only have up to 2 affixes. But in any case, if you take a look at the big boy one, which I don't have, you know what, just for you guys, I'll just buy it for you so you can see. So trials, Advanced Runestone. As you can see, that you can only buy once a week. So you need to use this sparingly, and only on legendary gear that are really good, which we'll go through in a bit. Alright, back to Ella. So if you go to forging, enchanting, as you can see, it says here generates one S to triple S affix. And as we talked about luck, if we have max luck, we will be guaranteed one triple S affix, which is the highest rarity affix you can get in the game, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, it's going to be RNG, as there are different types of enchantments. So if you take a quick look here at the website, so I had the other images here from a removed IMG UR link, but you know, this guy already compiled them together, so I'm just going to use it. So as you can see, it's from Yami0227. But in any case, this is the list of enchantments you can get. So we have life, which is flat HP, and then you have HP percent for the second one. The third one is attack, so flat attack, attack percent, physical damage bonus, this is a multiplier, physical defense, flat stat again, and then physical defense percentage. And then this one is, so it says here material injury reduction, but that's just basically debuff resist, most likely. I think this is meant to be magic damage bonus. I don't know why it's trying to trick you, but this is magic damage bonus. and then physical damage bonus, right? There's no general damage bonus. All right, the next one is flat magic defense, magic defense percentage, damage reduction, general damage reduction, crit rate, crit damage, and then it says hit amount of treatment, but that's just basically recovery. It's your recovery stat. Essentially, if you have higher recovery stat, the HP that you heal will be higher, obviously. Alright, so we've gone through the basic stats now, and obviously depending on the character that you're raising, you'd want different stats. To be honest, for healers like Tounel, you actually want attack and attack percent, like as much attack as you can stack as possible. The reason being for that, for example, if you take a look at Tounel, if you take a look at her charge, it increases the doll's attack by 28% of her attack, and at the same time heals allies by 35% of Tounel's attack. So obviously you want as much attack as possible for her, and so you would go for flat attack and attack percent. Okay, moving back to Ella. So just to show you what I mean, so we can just enchant it, you know, with this. So regardless of the enchant that you get a good amount of luck. So again, if I don't like it, I enchant again. Oh, this is flat HP. Nah, enchant again. Enchant again. Okay, we got crit chance, which is pretty nice actually. You know what? Let's just replace it. You know what I mean? So as you can see, even if you got a maximum affix of the enchantment rarity that you've used, the luck doesn't reset. It only resets after you max out the luck, and by then you would have a very high chance of unlocking the second slot. You know what? Let's YOLO it and see if we're able to unlock. All right, enchant again. Yeah. Enchant again. Healing. Oh, healing effect. You know, that's kind of troll. On, you know, let's just take it. Honestly, just flip it. We'll take it. All right. So as you can see, we have max luck now, and as you can see, it's flashing on the bottom here. That means there's a chance that the slot will open. And at this point, you'd want to use the highest rarity, but look, I'm sorry guys, you only get one of these a week, and I'm not going to do it for this video on a gold rarity equipment. So we'll just go along with this, and then fingers crossed we unlock the second slot as well. Unfortunately, we did not, guys, and as you can see, the luck has reset. So obviously there's going to be a lot of RNG when doing this, so just keep that in mind. So this is part 1 of the gear guide. The video was quite long, so I've split it into 2 parts. Part 2 will be me essentially discussing what's inside the legendary equipment box and talking through the good and bad gear.